The history of the village of Zapalnya and the church of St. Ivan Rilski. Once upon a time. This is how all fairy tales begin. Many years ago, there was a village, Zapalnya. Its history is lost in antiquity, but in the 14th century, this name was depicted on European maps. In Turkish times, the settlement was at the crossroads of the Drum from east to west, and the road from Kazanlak to Adrianople via Nova Zagora. There were 3 inns along the road. After the liberation of Bulgaria, 1881-1884, local Turks sold their properties to Bulgarians from the surrounding villages and emigrated to Turkey. The people in the village were hard-working and friendly, and after the exhausting work in the fields and with the animals, they found solace in God and the Orthodox faith. Together, all 80 families, with common funds, built the Church of St. Ivan Rilski in 1891-1892. The construction was personally supervised and managed by the famous Trevno masters Nenko and Ruyu Ruyev. All the small movable icons for the religious feasts and the iconostasis were painted by the icon painter Ivan Ryev. The Church of God was consecrated on 19/10/1892 by the Bishop of Sliven and Bishop of Levkisk, who was temporarily in charge of the Stara Zagora diocese. The complete illumination was done by the icon painters Professor Mandov and Kirill Konchev, who inscribed on the western side the names of the 32 victims given by the village during the Balkan, Inter-Union, and World War I wars. The temple boasted the best zoography in the entire Stara Zagora diocese. Past years. The new authorities, in the name of the people, decided to make a large dam on the Tunja River. There were TKZs and a lot of fertile agricultural land. Canals were built and frigates irrigated the fields. Fertile and generous is the Bulgarian land. Hard-working is our people. It was decreed that the villages of Zapalnya, Zrebchevo, and Dolny Panicharevo should be wiped out, and the inhabitants were given a deadline to demolish their houses and move elsewhere. On 1/1/1, 1965, the last to leave the village was priest Dragan Stoikov, who did not allow the destruction of the Church of St. Ivan Rilski, despite the explicit order. The property of the temple was distributed in different parts of the Stara Zagora diocese. After 1966, the temple was desecrated by the godless. They ripped out the Zagraphia, looted the tiles, tore out the iron beams, and used it as an animal barn. Almost 60 years have passed. The remains of the temple reunite people with faith in God and remind us of those who lived, worked, and loved here. In the distance, the dam is a reminder of the time when the fields, frigates, and canals irrigated our land, and it paid handsomely for the backbreaking labor. Information: Stoiko Popdraganov, Stoikov from the information board on the site and internet.